Welcome to Mastermind with Maggie. Maggie Chula is a psychic channel for the Akashic Master Teachers. Together, they are experts on spiritual healing and helping you connect to your source of light, your soul. Join in a mastermind. Resolve your problems and create goals for the future. Build action steps that empower you to create your life in partnership with your soul wisdom. Problems can be on any subject: health and well-being, relationships, spiritual, emotional, or your connection to your soul. Manifesting your goals can be simple and easy. Join in the discussion. Mastermind solutions to problems. Create goals and action steps. Then move forward to a life full of possibilities. We invite you to come with your problems and leave with a plan.
Greetings and welcome. My name is Maggie Chula, and I'm so happy you've taken the time to join me today. And the topic of this podcast is learning how to trust. Do you have issues trusting others? What are some of the things that cause you to feel alone and isolated? Are you working through the pains of rejection or betrayal? It can be a cold and lonely experience going through life without the ability to trust others. So come join me today as we talk about some of the experiences you may have had that have altered your ability to trust in the kindness of others. And then we're going to mastermind and share tools that can help you build more confidence in your sense of self-esteem, confidence in your ability to take care of yourself. When you have the knowledge, you can handle anything life brings to you. Your ability to trust in the goodness of others is increased, allowing a win-win scenario for everyone involved. And those of you who know me know I'm all about win-win. I think there is always enough. There is always a way, and you are divinely connected to the source of your soul and to the source of the Akashic vibration, which is the vibration of the source of all that is. That's me. I was born Pollyanna, but it doesn't mean that I don't know that there's darkness out there, that I don't understand that things can be hard. I do, absolutely. I was actually born crippled. I know, I like to think of it as a handicap from God. Can you still heal? And everything that hit me, everything that's ever hit me, I'm here saying, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I'll do this. I'll go here. It's just my natural way of being. But along the way, I did find myself so knocked down and battered. I did get to a point where I stopped believing. I did stop believing, and I stopped trusting. And it was a very dark and lonely time for me. And it lasted way too long. What I found about that time was it was important for me to go through those dark nights of the soul because they've helped me with every single client I have worked with every single person I have come in contact with. I am more able to be with them and to feel what they're going through. You know, those of us who are very attuned to our psychic abilities, we feel things. Many of us feel things quite deeply. But this sense of feeling is growing amongst all of mankind. Everyone is beginning to feel more and more as you open up to the vibrations of light that are coming in to this world and to the earth. So, couple of things about me. One is I do know what I'm talking about from the personal point of view. I've experienced many tragedies, many healing moments that times I've even given up. But I'm on the other side of it. And I'm almost always find myself on the other side of it very quickly because I've learned to trust. Now, how do you learn to trust when life keeps knocking you down? Well, I truly believe, and the master teachers who work with me share with me all the time, trust is internal. Trust is something you have and you develop. think of the child, the little baby. If you're a parent or you know babies, maybe you have friends who have children, you know those little babies, they have no choice. They are born and they have to trust. They trust in the good of you. And sometimes just holding one of these beautiful little newborn babies, you can sense it. It's so wonderful to be in the vibration of true acceptance that you will treat them with love and respect, that you will be there for them. It's good to remind yourself that at one point you were that little child. One point, all of us were born, and we were that helpless little individual. And perhaps you were born into a chaotic home. I know I was. Perhaps you were born into a lot of anxiety and fear in your home. And what you pick up on are ways you can defend yourself. And think of it, this little infant, how do they defend themselves? Well, a lot of times they shut down. They shut down their ability to sense and to feel, and they go into sort of a numbing sleep. And we learn to do that. A lot of us as adults still do that. We go into this sort of numbness, It's not as easy to do turning off your brain. So you might take things that help you with it. Or you go to a doctor who will say, oh, that's depression. That's what's going on here. Oh, that's anxiety. That's what's good. I have this pill over here, and this pill is going to help you. Well, I went through that. I went through that path to find the magic pill that was going to restore me. And I could take that pill forever, and then I'd be okay. I didn't find it. By the time they diagnosed me with what I had, I was too sick to survive what they wanted to do for me. And so I got that go home, get better. When you're better, we'll look at this. Well, I decided, that Pollyanna inside me was like, no, I am not done. No, I'll find a different way. And I did. And I'm sharing this with you because I'm about to open up a whole new series of classes that the master teachers and I created to help me heal my life, heal my body, heal my mind, heal my relationship with others, restore my faith to God. And we all call that the Akashic vibration process. So I'm going to share with you, I want you to go to my website, Akashic Vibration, AKASHIC VIBRATION, AkashicVibration.com. There's going to be a free introductory class that's going to be on Learn It Live, and I'm redoing it because I needed to trust. One of my ways of trusting is to learn that the first time I do something on any new platform, on any new software, there's going to be glitches. I almost, I don't believe that the glitches have to come, but I trust that I need my own dress rehearsal. And I did used to sing professionally, and I learned that if a dress rehearsal is something that I just pretend is live, I don't do as well as if it actually was live. So you will find one out there, and it was me, and it was live, but I charged for it. And that was my way of saying, okay, I trust, and I'm going to do this. But you know what? Let me just give a little bit here. I might not publicize it. I don't know that I'm going to expect people to come because I wanted to see the process. So I've learned through my life how to trust, yes, but I've also learned how to prepare. And I think that preparing is something that I do very well. And preparing allows me to start to look at all the things, all those risks that are going to come into your head, right? Have you ever wanted to do something so badly, but you had to trust it was going to be okay, right? And so what happens? All these things go through your head. You're like, oh, this could go wrong, that could go wrong. Let me see, my daughter could have this happen over here. Things that have absolutely nothing to do with what you're planning start to come into your head. And we all have that negative chatter, the stuff that comes up and goes, oh no, you can't do that because trust me, this is going to happen. And you're like, oh yeah, I do trust you though. I trust you, this negative voice, because you're always helping me stay safe. That's how I started to look at it. I did. Okay, you're trying to help me stay safe. Well, let me see. Who am I today? Yes, I do. I always go back to who am I today? Because think of it. I love this, that your body actually regenerates down to the cellular level all the time. All the time. My doctors don't disagree with me on that point anymore. We tend to sometimes go up to, oh, well, but for this piece of your body, it takes this long. Why? I don't know. I don't know. But I love the fact they don't argue this point anymore. As a matter of fact, they've started to say to me, okay, so I know this will happen. And using me almost as a sounding board, which I love. I love that because they've seen over the space of my life, the course of my life, and certainly in the last 10 years, I have become healthy, whole, in alignment with abundance. I've grown since I turned 50. I grew an inch. And now the latest thing that happened was I've learned that my eyesight has improved. So I know many people will say, oh, but it improves as you age. Really? Does it improve so much that pre-glaucoma that they were noticing 2 years ago just dissolves, does it? Does it get so much better that both your reading and your distance improve? Not normally, not for most people, but it does for me. And here's why. Because I not only trust, I believe. I believe there is a higher intelligence in the universe, and I call that intelligence God. So you come on back. Let's go into this. I've got a lot to share with you about trusting, and I hope you do come back. So I'll see you on the other side of these set of commercials.
Conscious connection to a more mindful world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Spiritual, metaphysical, green living, psychic, alternative healing, life coaching. Do any of these or similar terms apply to your business or cause? If so, you are in a niche market with a very specific audience. Conscious Gate PR is the world's leading conscious public relations agency. With a global reach of over 4 million and growing, we offer comprehensive media campaigns to our targeted market. Learn more at consciousgatepr.com. Conscious marketing for conscious minds.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
Are you stuck? Have you tried over and over to stop an addiction, let go of self-sabotage? Do you have anxiety attacks or anger issues? Do you want to stop, let go, breathe? I can help. I have a 9-step spiritual healing path program that will lead you towards attaining balance and well-being in your life, body, and mind. Contact me. Go to MaggieChula.com and learn more. I'm here when you are ready.
Want to know some fun facts about colonoscopies? Colon cancer is 90% preventable. A colonoscopy can detect and prevent colon cancer in one fell swoop. But here's a not-so-fun fact. Lots of people are so uncomfortable even talking about a colonoscopy that they never get one. If you're 50 or 45 for African Americans, get screened now. Maybe even earlier if you have a family history. To schedule a screening today, visit StopColonCancerNow.com.
You know, I love that music so much that when I hear it, I just start singing. So we're going to have to stop that. Okay. So the topic of this podcast, this is Mastermind with Maggie, and the topic of this podcast is learning how to trust. And I just want to go through one more thing, which was Mastermind is based on the principle two or more people working together create a synergy and intelligence greater than the sum of the individuals in the group. And it is absolutely my intent. Hopefully starting in September, I have 2 people who are going to come on board. I'm going to open this up. I want you to come on and help me so that we can talk about some of the issues and the challenges that are going on in your life and mastermind together to bring about solutions. What we've been doing, when I say we, it just comes so naturally to me to say that, I learned how to connect up to the source of God, and I call that source the Akashic vibration. I've always had a very scientific mind, and I've wanted to know how people heal, primarily at first to get me to heal. I wanted to go out and play with others because it happened very early in my life. I had to learn how to do this. So I work with these beings of light so much that when I'm in a session with someone or I'm teaching, I know I channel them. And actually learning to trust is something that I had to do this morning. I like to wake up on Mondays and know what the topic is, and I have some time to go and look through my stuff and think, what are we going to talk about? Because we don't quite have it up to, I haven't opened it up to guests yet. We're on a new platform, and that goes to my sense of trust. Remember, my sense of trust had to also do with, well, do I trust the technology? Do I trust that things aren't going to go right? Yeah, in some cases I do prepare for that. I do very much prepare for worst case scenario. But do you see that? That's my way of doing it. I prepare. I think, okay, what is the worst case scenario? Well, it actually happened the one time I did have a guest was I shut down the whole show. So I'm coming back to that. We have a new platform. It's going to happen. But masterminding, you can do it too with this technique, which is calling in the light beings that are all around you. I know for a fact that these beings of light, that they come through me. I've done enough shows and enough free podcasts and enough classes. I know that. It's my work. It's my life. It works for me. But it works for everyone too. And that's why it's taken me some time. But we've come up with these class we're calling the Akashic Vibration Process. And the first grouping is the first 10 classes that the master teachers have shared with me are very important to help people learn how to heal and trust in their connection to God. Now, the master teachers are broken out into all kinds of different, I was trying to do that today. Let me see. We have these master teachers for that teach healing. These ones teach about soul retrieval. And what I heard in my head very clearly was, okay, here's all we want you to say. Mother Mary and Archangel Raphael are the 2 primary teachers of the coursework for the Akashic Vibration. We have many, many more. And you can find out about them by going to my website, maggiechula.com, and going into the spot that goes Open the Doorway to Your Soul. That was the first book that we put together. And I say first because I have so many more channeled messages, but I'm learning and I'm growing, even with that first book. What I did there was take their original podcasts and have them transcribed. Very little editing, because I loved the way they all come out and they have different ways of speaking. They have different thought processes, but their message was so clearly the same. And it was, we are all equal in the vibration and in our connection to the source of all that is. But just knowing that on an intellectual level isn't going to help you. You need to understand that on every level of being. You need to understand that in your emotions. What does that mean? When I see someone who is misusing a person, how does that hurt my heart? And how does my hurting heart help anybody? Or how can I instead infuse that situation with light and see them connected to their source and therefore help them, help me, help the whole vibration that surrounds us? So as I said, I've learned some things. And you can also go to the akashicvibration.com. That's another one of our websites. What we're doing now is, in partnership with OMTimes, I'm bringing the first 10 classes to Learn It Live. And I'm planning on making these what they call evergreen. I love that, evergreen, because I've been teaching it on and off for many years, and it's changed and it's morphed. But these first 10 classes, the master teachers have told me, need to remain my first 10. They want those out first. Because if you do nothing else but go through that series of 10 courses, your life will change. Your life will probably change just going through the initiation. I've done plenty of initiations with people, and then they go off and they learn other things, and they're off and running on their own spiritual healing path, which is wonderful. You will learn that working with me. I applaud any and all people who know how to tune into their own light and bring that light to this earth and to mankind. And there's so many of us today. It's a wonderful time to be alive. So learning to trust goes also about people. How can you learn to trust, right? But some of the ways that you might not be trusting is because, so you're sitting here and you're going, okay, Maggie, I have tried this before. I have tried connecting up and seeing the good in everybody else and just knowing that life's going to flow, and then boom, something happens. And it's not what I wanted. It isn't something I would have created. And so you're wrong. You're just wrong. I mean, you're delusional. It works for you, but you're delusional. I've actually had people tell me that, okay? So it's like, okay, all right, maybe I'm delusional, but it's working. And it's helping other people. So what happened here with what happened to you? I'll tell you what happened. You got knocked down. All of a sudden you're like, wait, my intuition wasn't right. Well, have you really learned how to tune into your intuition? Or are you working with some erroneous programs from your past? Because let's go back to that little person who has to learn how to trust. And people were very unkind to babies and to children as they become toddlers. Maybe not babies, but I mean, if you think of it from the point of view that they're totally dependent on you, it can be hard. It can be very hard as an adult. But that child's doing more than just picking up on your action. That child is feeling you. That child is pulling in everything about you. And so they learn to shut down. And you, I will say, have learned to shut down. It's a natural consequence of growing up. So the shutting down is something we do very naturally, and we don't even know it many times. So the first thing you can do is start to pull yourself back to, who am I today? So today, this happened to me. Now, how do I feel about this? Well, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling okay. This person hurt my feelings. All right, okay, that's fine. It's good to acknowledge these things. It's absolutely good. It's very healthy mentally. But then say, but does this person, do they have the right? Am I going to give them the power to affect the rest of my life? I mean, do I respect them that much? I'm giving over my power for my whole life because this happened. Or am I going to step back and go, let me look at this. What's another way to experience this? What's a way to look at this as a lesson? I really do. I do see things as lessons. What is it about this situation that I need to learn so that next time next time I'll be better prepared to shift and not respond the way I just did. So masterminding, in the way I work, also has to do with how to master your mind. Because your mind is creating your reality, but your mind needs direction. If you don't give it direction, it's going to fill it in. It's like, oh, you know what? Oh, I've got this automatic program. Maybe this one over here comes up. What do you think about this one? And that one might be, oh my gosh, what happened? I can't do this. Which, if you're me, that's probably it. So then you have to go, okay, wait. No, that's right. I'm making choices. I'm making better choices, and I'm going to move ahead and know I trust in the divine flows in my life. I trust that people are all connected. I know this. I actually know this. So my reaction is going to be with love and compassion, because that's what I want to happen the next time. I want to be able to see this from that higher perspective and shift more quickly into, I can do this. This will not take me down. It's a setback, but it will not take me down, because I have the power and the control to create what's going to happen next. So you also breathe, right? I'm always talking about breathing, but I'm talking about that because it, number one, gives you a chance to give your mind a break. It's breathing. It's like, okay, when Maggie breathes, I'm breathing in the breath of life. That's right, I'm breathing in the breath. Oh yeah, I love that. I'm breathing in the breath of life. It's just that quick. It's just that quick. And it can be for you too. But you learn. You're mastering a new way of being, a new way of experiencing. So there's so much more. I do hope you come back. I love this topic, but I trust you'll come back and be here to learn more too. Okay.
A conscious lifestyle for a mindful life. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
There is no death, only a change of worlds. Chief Seattle. Deborah Livingston is an award-winning intuitive psychic medium whose international services include mediumship, spiritual assessment, animal communication, and spiritual mentoring. She is a published author and a trained shaman. Deborah provides evidential messages from spirit and departed loved ones. Learn more at deblivemedium.com. That's DEBLIV medium.com.
Hi everyone, this is Shay Parker, the host of Best of the Best, which airs live right here on IOM Radio every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm super excited to bring you expert guest hosts, spiritual discussions, free psychic readings, and so much more. I can promise that you will not want to miss this one-of-a-kind, fun, yet touching, down-to-earth show. Join us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on OTR-FM. This is Shay Parker, and I can't wait to see you there.
Do you want to connect to your magical child, merge your passions and creativity, unlock your imagination, and play with the angels? Come learn the Akashic vibration process with me, Maggie Chula, and the master teachers of the Akasha. Together we will mastermind, exploring questions, issues, blocks, creating possibilities, then ground your creations into your current timeline. Contact me. Go to MaggieChula.com and learn more. Create new possibilities today.
What's up? This is Brad and Mike from Lincoln Park for Life Beat, the music industry fights AIDS.
Listen up, times are tough and you get a lot of things thrown your way. If you're being pressured to have sex and you're not ready, then say no. If you're having sex, be smart and use protection. Respect yourself and protect yourself.
For more information, call the National AIDS Hotline at 1-800-342-AIDS or log on to www.lifebeat.org.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to Mastermind with Maggie, and today's topic is learning how to trust. You know, the thing about learning how to trust is when you have the knowledge that you can handle anything life brings you, your ability to trust in the goodness of others is increased, allowing for a win-win. So, how do you learn to trust? One of the things that really does help is for you to start to understand who you are. Who are you? Who are you projecting to the world? What do you want to create in the world? Trusting in that. But trusting in another person helps first when you trust in yourself. So in order to trust in yourself, it's good to set goals. And here's why. Have you ever set a goal and actually accomplished it? I will guarantee you that 100% of the people in the world have done that. And even if you have to go back to when you were a small person and learned how to walk, or when you were in high school and you aced that test, whatever it is, it's important to go back to that and to remember that. And maybe it's something even bigger than that. But you set a goal, you worked your way towards it, and you accomplished it. You know what you did there too? You trusted. You trusted that you were going to be able to find the way out of it. So that's one thing I want you to remember always. Trusting in yourself and your ability to get through it. And if you need help, then call upon whatever it is you believe in this world that can help you. Is it another person that you really do trust and understand will be there to help you? Or is it a trusting that there is goodness in the world? There is goodness in the world. And you're going to add your goodness to that. So if you find any part of you that says, absolutely not, no, nada, I do not, the only thing I trust is chaos. It's like, okay, well, random chaos, is that what we're trusting? Or are we trusting chaos in the fact that everyone around us is going to be chaotic? So I know these are little tiny glitches here. You need to start to understand what is your mind sharing with you. So I say the number one way to do this is to, one, write things down. Take the time to write down some of the things that you've accomplished and you are proud of. Take the time to write down some of the goals that you choose to have. And maybe it is a goal with your sister or your husband or someone that you know. Maybe the goal is to just today, I'm going to suspend this negative dialogue that keeps me saying I can't trust you. And I'm going to say, what if I can? What if I can? How do I move forward here? Because a lot of times it's how we feel about something. So perhaps you're even saying, I can't trust this person because they did this to me. Did they do that to you 5 years ago, or was it last week? Because we change. If your body can regenerate down to the cellular level, and it does, then so can your mind change. You can change your mind. You can change who you are. And I will say to you, you do. Everything that happens to you, every experience that you have, causes you to change. Because one, you either accept what happened and you go, I am a terrible, horrible person because this person did this. And then you've changed. Just like that. It's like, oh, I'm terrible and I'm horrible. Gosh, I didn't know that about myself, but I do now. I'll add that to my list of sub-programming. And I call it sub because, it's down there. It's like the programming on your computer that's running in the background. It's got little glitches in there. We don't know what they are, but they're going to come up. That's the one thing you can know. So what if you started to plan? My goodness, plan for things like, maybe I should have disconnected that phone because it's going to ring. Well, I didn't. Okay, so my plan was I'm going to answer it. I'm going to hang up right away because I don't want it to be on here. But did you see I did that automatically? Didn't even think about it because I'd already thought about what was I going to do. But another way to plan, another way to trust is to go, okay, what's the worst outcome here? I trust this person and once again they let me down. They don't show up or, whatever. So maybe in that case, instead of trusting them by agreeing to meet with them or agreeing to give over some power of yours to theirs, instead, what if you trusted that you could stay in control of the situation? What if you trusted, I know how to get places, I know how to stay on time, I know how to love, or whatever it is. That you start to trust yourself. You start to see, I'm up for anything that happens, and I'm going to be able to do this. Some people like to imagine that they've already had that happen. I've already had the conversation with this person, and I know the outcome is we both walk away and we're happy with each other. Now, what's doing there? What's happening there? You're pre-programming. You're pre-programming for this trust to occur. You're saying, I know that I've changed. I know that they've changed, and I'm going to allow for the greatest good to come in here. I'm going to give the vibration of acceptance. I'm going to know and trust that they've changed and I've changed. And we're not the same people that had that issue in the past. So yes, trust can also be about people. And a lot of times we think it is. But what about trusting in yourself? What is it that you want to do and you just haven't trusted you could get it done? Or you haven't trusted anyone else would honor it? Is there something? There usually is. There almost always is for me. So then it's starting to look at that. Why don't I trust this? And if you're using a piece of paper and you're kind of writing down this brainstorm that's going on, well, they've done this in the past, or this happened the last time I tried this, you start to write it down and see it, and then you can look at it and go, but if I'm different, I would handle this differently. So you build up your muscles, if you will. You build up your mind to be able to go, I can trust, I can be open, I can see the best in this person. Because you know what? You're seeing the best in them, or you're trusting in that situation. That's actually not only serving you and helping you to prepare, but it's serving them. It's serving them. Because on some level of connection that we all have, they can feel that from you. You either trust them or you don't trust them. And they can feel that this person's going to trust me. And I know that I always do believe in the best in people. It's just my way. I believe. And people know that about me. They'll send me emails and say, what do you think about this? Now, I don't get a lot of chances to dialogue about this with people, because if they do come to me for a session, if you were to come to me for a session, we would already be trying to help find out why you don't trust. But the reason I do that is to see what's locked away inside there. What's locked away? That might be a way you behaved to a situation Like maybe you put up some walls, you put up some energy that said, I'm going to block and shield what's coming here, because in the past that's the only way that I have been able to stay safe. So I do urge you to think about this. Do you have issues trusting? Is it a person or is it a situation? If it's a person, I want you to think about that person and let yourself really dialogue. What is it? Let yourself brainstorm or mastermind. What is it? Because you'll be masterminding with your subconscious. You'll be masterminding with your mind. What is it? What happened? What is it? But write it down, whatever it is. And don't discount things because they do not seem logical. That's probably your answer. Illogical, as it sounds. That is probably the answer. And if it's a situation, it still works. Still works in the same way. What was it about this situation that I learned not to trust? And when you start to ask questions like this, your mind comes in and starts to help you out. So do your dreams, your thoughts, because that part of you, that subconscious, wants to help you. So if you want to know, the memories will come. If you need help, there's any number of professionals that can help you, including me. But you can go to anyone you feel comfortable with, anyone you feel supported by, and ask them to help you. Otherwise, try that technique of brainstorming. What is it about this situation? What is it about this person? That's a very good way to start to uncover what's happened that makes you distrust. Distrust. So, once again, this hour goes by too fast, and I know that we're going to have to come back and wrap up after this commercial, and we will. So come on back. We're talking about trust. I have just a few more things to share. I'll see you on the other side.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired Conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
Have you ever wondered, what is the purpose of life? How can I do more, have more, be more? Do you want to talk to your angels, your higher wisdom? Have you tried? But here you are. I invite you to come take a class in the Akashic Vibration process. Learn the language of your soul. Enhance your soul connection. Expand your soul vibration. Contact me. Go to MaggieChula.com and learn more. Let me help you interpret the language of your soul.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Okay, welcome back to the last segment. I tell you, it's amazing how fast this hour goes. So we're talking about learning how to trust, and I have been kind of brainstorming, dialoguing with the master teachers about this. Excuse me. I don't know why that happened. Okay, and I just wanted to share with you the main thing that we're hearing, or I'm hearing, is that learning how to trust has to do mostly with learning how to trust yourself. Learning how to know you can do it. You have everything that you need to create a life worth living, a life you want to live, a life full of passion, because just worth living to me wouldn't do it. I need to be passionately engaged in things, and I love my work. There was a time I was in corporate America, and I loved my work there too. I truly did enjoy that, but it just felt like there was more. I had more, which is probably why my commercial said that. And so I took a leap of faith, and I thought, I want to go find out, how did I heal? How did I heal? My goodness, what happened here? And it led me to create this coursework called the Akashic Vibration Process, Open the Doorway to Your Soul. And I want you to know that if you go to the website, akashicvibration.com, you're going to find information there about what am I talking about? What are these classes? How in the world did this help me? Or you can go to maggiechula.com and find out more about me and the things that I do. And also, both places you'll find places to either sign up for the classes, because the next set is going to be on Learn It Live, and it's going to be in partnership with OMTimes. I love this group of people. I trust that they act for the highest good for all concerned. I can feel that, sense that, know that about them, because, well, I'm blessed to be a psychic channel. And I would not have said that a year ago even. Maybe even, well, I would have said it within the last 6 months. I'm blessed. Because when you open up, you become more sensitive. You really do pick up on different nuances of things that are going around. But you can't trust those nuances if you don't know who you are. And that's what our coursework is all about. It helps you channel your soul wisdom. It helps you know the vibration that is you. It helps you build those boundaries, both energetically, vibrationally, emotionally. We do not address your specific illness or case, but you will yourself. And that gives you a chance, too, to trust you. In these courseworks and in this, even this radio show, I work with your council of light. I know and I trust that I have a beautiful group of beings that are here with me, helping me and supporting me. And I know you do too. And I work with people, and when I do, my blessing is I'm able to know, sense, feel, and understand what these beings of light would share with you. So if you sign up and have a session with me, I will do that for you individually. But for the course of 15-minute session with me, you can have a 90-minute course on Learn It Live. Learn It Live, $50 for a course on Learn It Live. And I promise you, those courses are channeled. Within those courses, there will always be, it's normally between 20 to 30 minutes long, a channeled guided vibrational healing. And those guided vibrational healings do change. I don't have them scripted out. I did after I did this the first time because I changed so much. I wasn't sure what was happening to me. All of a sudden, my own psychic abilities were just growing off the map. But what I learned was it was for me to know how to connect up and share this light vibration, this loving vibration that I channel, that I can channel through. And everyone who works with me, you don't have to be psychic, you don't have to be a light worker, you can be, I've had any number of people come to me and work with me, and that was a scientific point in my mind. Can anybody do this? And the answer was, yes, of course. That was probably coming from, anyway, some of the master teachers are like, yes, of course. Okay, but, it takes a little bit of time. The first class, the other thing that I'm trusting is, for the first time, they're telling me, just put them out there. People can take whichever course they want, whichever course they're connected to. They do not have to be in order. Now, I do know that the slides are in order, and the way we progress appears to be in some kind of order, but we're teaching multi-dimensional things. So we skip around, just like we do on this show, because we're teaching to all the aspects of you. I'm not just teaching to the part of you that's sitting here in a chair or running or whatever you're doing with your earphones. No, I'm also teaching to that soul connection of yours. Why? Because that's what we do. We, the master teachers, and I've worked with them all of my life, even when I did shut down that ability. Now, before we run out of time, it's amazing how the time flies. I just want to share that next week the topic is, what if you could? Because if you're hampered by thoughts and feelings of doubt, you start to say things like, if only, I would like to do that, but I can't. I know other people can, but I can't. So I invite you to come and listen. What's taking your life energy hostage? And why can't you do or have something? So we're going to start to work on how to get you unstuck. That's really the point of this whole show every single week, is come with your problems and leave with some plans. So since your mind creates a reality that's shared with you, you actually do have the power to make the changes necessary to reach your goals. So today's one simple step is, number one, who are you today? What is it that you do not trust? Because if it's from 4 years ago, if it's from 10 years ago, that's not who you are. That's not what's going on here. Today, what's happening today. And then let yourself brainstorm all the different ways you can't do it, but be prepared to take that next step, which is like, what if I could? Do you see? We're building on that. So what if I could? And you can do that today. Let me see. I don't trust this person because of this, and this. Okay, I'm not that person. They're not the same person. So what if I could? What if I could trust them? But you start to dialogue. You start to mastermind. You start to take control of your mind and master it. And learn tools, little tricks, things to help you move your life forward. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not. I don't want you judging me. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to share love, light, and the true belief. Read my energy. Read my vibration. I channel this. I breathe in the breath of life. I go up to my connection, and I let these beings of light come through my writing, through my voice, through my actions. And more, I find myself saying, for the highest good for all concerned. What is in the highest good for all concerned? Now, when you do that, just to understand, we're talking all concern, all the people around you. So if you're thinking of something, your mother, and you're thinking of something for yourself, but you have little children, maybe it's not in your highest good to get that job. Maybe it really wasn't, because in the long run, you'd be working all the time. I mean, you know, you trust. You start to trust. So give the angels, give your council of light things to prove to you they can trust them. The easiest way is to ask for something to help you today. Ask for help today on something. And then you put that prayer out there. You connect up and you say, this is it. This is what I want. And then you don't dwell on it. But you take your action steps and you move forward confidently and you go, act as if. I already have this. I know. I put it out there. I have this. You act confidently. You take your choices. You made your choice and you move forward. And you do not let things knock you down forever. They can knock you down. That's human. But you get back up again. The Olympics is a great place to see that in action. Trust me, those wonderful athletes were not born the best, but they are now. So thank you for listening. I have so enjoyed this, and I hope you have